In the early 2000s, I bartended at a live music venue. Sometimes the bands would play a little longer and people on the dance floor would miss last call. They would beg for one last drink, but not worth losing a liquor licence over. One time, this younger woman wanted to buy a shot for her new friend. She begged as I was cleaning up and I kept telling her no. She then drops a 20 on the bar and says, "2 shots of anything, your choice, keep the change." I can see where this is going, it's going to be 2 shots of water. So I relent, I say fine, snag the 20 and go grab the shaker. I then whip up a Shirley Temple, extra grenadine, put it into 2 shot glasses and serve it up. They chug them down, thank me, praise how they were the tastiest shots they had and walk away satisfied. Everyone walked away happy, but they did just pay $20 for 2 ounces of Sprite. I put the 20 in the tip jar and split it with my co-workers. My dad was just doing what my mum asked of him. My parents tell this story all the time. It happened like 35 years ago. Yes, it was a bit dangerous and stupid, but that was the 80s. My mum was about 6 months pregnant with my brother, and my parents were taking their last baby free vacation. They were taking their trailer to a trailer park for the weekend. That sounds lovely. My dad was driving the truck and my mum was riding in the back. In the trailer. My dad's side of the family has a history of weak bladders, so he would generally stop every 10 minutes or so to use the bathroom. They were running behind that day. Each blames the other when they tell the story, so Mum said no bathroom breaks until we get to the trailer park. My dad agreed and they were on their way. About halfway there, my dad hears a loud banging noise coming from the trailer. He looks in the mirror and sees my mum holding up a sign. It says, "I need to use the bathroom." He laughs and says, "Sorry, no bathroom breaks until we get to the trailer park," and continues to drive. They make it to the trailer park and my mum rockets out the trailer into the bathroom. Once she's done, she comes out and says, "Why didn't you stop?" To which my dad laughs and replies, "You said I couldn't." They've been together 35 years and seem to be still happy. So I guess it all worked out in the end. Do as I say, I know your boss. So today I was training staff in the safe use of medication. I have a student turn up an hour and a half late. I politely informed said student that unfortunately have arrived too late to attend the session, as I would not be able to catch them up on the vital information they had already missed. I do always try where I can, but that much time is just too much for what I was teaching. It is not a subject you can skimp on. The conversation went something like this. Student, I don't see why you can't just catch me up during the breaks. Because they are also my breaks, student. So that's not my fault. Unfortunately, it is your fault. You are late and I'm not willing to give up my lunch break. I know your boss, so maybe you just let me take my seat and either catch me up during break or at the end of the session. Or do I need to ring your boss to tell you that? So now for malicious compliance. I tell the student to go ahead and ring my boss, which the student does. My student starts writing at my boss, and after about a minute, my boss asks the student to put me on. I take the phone, look the student dead in the eye, and I say, "Hey mum, what's up?" I honestly think I saw this guy shit himself. I explained to my mum what has been going on, and she asked to be put back on with the student. 30 seconds later, he's packing his stuff and apologising deeply. I'm a health and social care lecturer. I train part-time and during holidays to supplement my income for my mother's training company. Turns out she did know him, and not only taught him a new one professionally, but personally as well. This woman raised 6 boys on her own. Don't charge me for something you need me to have. I posted this story in a comment in another sub. Someone suggested I repeat it here, so here you go. I worked for a company that charged to replace access cards. I think it was more like $25 though. I understand the charge for lost cards, and that's an incentive not to lose them. Thing is, my card stopped working one day. I had it, it was several years old, it didn't work, and they wanted to charge me to replace it. I refused. Every single day for a month or so, I went to the security desk and signed myself in and got a temporary card for the day. Finally, my boss got so tired of it that he told me to just pay it and he'd reimburse me. I did, and he did.